Hi, everyone. Come on in. Hi. Hello. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Uh-huh. Okie dokie. Uh-huh. Admit. All right. Welcome, everyone. We're having a storm here, so it seems to have passed over, but if for some reason I all of a sudden like drop off, you know what happened? It's like a lot of lightning and stuff. So hopefully it will be fine. It seems like it went over really quick. It was like pouring rain. My dog is hiding underneath my feet right now. She's like not having it. Okay. Hey, Laura Stister, can I make you a host so you can let people in when they come in?
You sure can.
Okay, great. If I can get down to you, it's so funny. Like, it keeps. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Oh, hold on. Let me admit all these people. It's so crazy. Okay. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is why we have teams, right?
Yep.
They help us with things. And all of a sudden, I don't know why it's not being alphabetical, but whatever. Okay, I'll find you. Well, I'll just go up here and do it this way. Make a co-host. There she is. Okay. All right. So now you can let people in.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right, here we go. All right. Hi, everyone. Okay, I have some notes on certain ones, and I sent some of you notes, and and if you haven't post your first pitch video for agents or managers, that's the assignment. It's going to be the assignment all week. And so if you haven't done that and got notes or don't feel like you've been given any feedback, please put it on there the sooner the later, because as we get closer to Sunday, which is our 11th annual Pitch Fest, you want to make sure that that you are ready to go if you are in fact pitching yourself for the agents and managers that we have joining us on Sunday. So we are those tickets are going to go away probably by Friday, just so we have to get the lists all ready for what rooms everyone goes in and make sure that's all accurate. So, you know, when we have 150 to 200 people pitching themselves, that we get you in the right room and pitching in front of the people you should be pitching. Again, if you are joining us on Sunday, this is how it's going to work. It starts at 12 noon Eastern time. For the first hour and a half approximately, I'm going to be teaching. Please plan on being there. And then we are going to give you a good amount of time, like, 15, 20 minutes to like make sure that you are, there's nothing in your teeth, that your lipstick is on, girls, that your hair is combed, boys, or whatever you need to have happen. Get ready for your pitch. At 2 p.m. Eastern time on the dot, we will move you to the breakout room where you will be pitching. So you need to be online in order to be moved because you have to accept the request to go to another room. Once you're in the other room, they will start alphabetically by first name. They will let you know when you're on deck. When they call your name, you bring your camera off and your mute off. Don't forget your mute off. And you do your 1 minute pitch. If it goes over 1 minute, you will be shut down. And then that's it. There's no feedback or anything. Then you must come back to the main room because first of all, there's going to be cash prizes for the winners that the agents select. And if you would like to get the follow-up information for the agents that were in your room, you need to return to the room to end the day. The entire day is sculpted to take you through a process. So just coming and pitching isn't going through the process. You need to have the before, during, and after to really get what you need to get out of this event. So that's why I request it. You know, I'm not a casting workshop. You know, I bring really good agents and managers that are actually looking for actors. And if they call, they will either contact us or they will contact you, or they will ask us, they will give us the list and they will ask us for all their information is normally what happens. They're like, I want to see this person, this person, this person. That does not mean that you cannot, if you do in fact come to the front, middle, and end of the entire event, on Monday, you will receive an email with everyone's name and email addresses in all the rooms that they were in. You will know the room that you were in because you'll be told. You'll see you're being invited to room B, you're being invited to room A, right? And so then you can go, oh, I like that manager in room D that I didn't get to pitch in front of. So I put together my pitch video. And, you know, when you put together a pitch video, you can add clips if you want, just saying. And then you send that to them, right? And say, hey, you know, I was just at Valerie's event this weekend, at Actors Fast Track event. And I was in another room pitching, but I really wanted to meet you. Here's my pitch video. Check it out and get it to them. And so I would highly recommend that you do that if there's someone else. And also for you guys that are making this the month that you go after people, or maybe like, you know, you're doing that right now into August and you're going after looking for an agent, then you can use the pitch video format to send to whatever agent or manager you want to wherever in the world. Okay, because pitch videos really work. If I didn't tell you the story, I'm going to tell you this again, even if you heard it before. Michael Vincent Berry, who is our coach for Actors Fast Track Junior and is also a big time working actor now. Just a little history about him. He was the dean of the Oakland School of Arts. His students included Zendaya, Bo Berman, Tati Gabrielle. These are all people that he taught. He was nominated for a Tony for Educator of the Year. And when he decided to leave the Oakland School of the Arts, he hired me to help him start his acting career. And so we got him all branded and he moved back to Texas. And for a while, he was just like booking everything because he was non-union and he was with a non-union agent in Texas. But he knew he needed to move up the food chain. And I told him that as well. And so he put together a pitch video for Susan Ferris at Bohemia Group. And he sent that pitch video. And then he was on another thing like this. That was one of my competitors. And he said in front of all the actors that he had done a pitch video for Susan Ferris. And the leader said that that was stupid. Who told him to do a pitch video? And so in front of everyone, she called Susan Ferris, and for her credit, she had it on speaker and she was humble enough to say that she was wrong. But Susan Ferris on this big group said, that was the best fucking pitch video I had ever seen. I signed him immediately. So, you know, if you can pitch one of the best managers in Los Angeles, and now he just finished a recurring guest star on a new CBS show. He was up for a series regular. It came down between him and the other guy. The other guy got it. He's auditioning for like the Star Wars Enterprise. Like he's auditioning for big fucking movies and TV shows now. Right. And that was from a pitch video. And so pitch videos are very powerful. And I just want to say they're not just powerful for agents and managers, they're even more powerful for your customer base, which we'll talk about after the summer games, right? Like, how can I use the same concept and go after my customers? Okay. All right. So I have some notes that I want to read, and then on different ones. And a lot of these they posted, and if they didn't, or you're listening to these, and some of you I'm meeting with privately. So, we'll talk about it there, but I'm just going to give the notes right now. The first one was Cindy. I sent you a private note, and what we're doing is really, because Cindy's my client, and so she's really beginning to embrace her brand and who she be, and I'm really excited about where she's going. So that's it. Dijon, I don't know if Dijon posted his pitch video in the group, but if he did, everyone look at it. It's fucking hilarious and perfect and amazing. And Dijon, if you're listening to this and you didn't post it, please post it in I Love Actors so everyone can see it. Sarah D, get to the bone. The thing that you said about Tom Hiddleston and the dominatrix is, again, the most exciting thing about who you are and what really gets you. And the other stuff, kind of like you're talking too much, like cut. And I said this to a lot of you, like, okay, you got it all out on the page. Now cut the shit out of it, right? Like, just the facts, man, just the highlights, just the best part of who you be. Even if you, and for you guys that were on the mastermind call with the clients last Tuesday and watched Deanie's pitch, that is an example of someone that, like, her pitch is just her talking and not shutting up ever. But that works because that's what she's selling, you guys, right? And so it's really leveled into her brand, and she gets that, right? You guys remember, if you are selling more than one thing, I'm just like, I'm not going to hear you. I just noticed that over and over again. It's like, make it to a point, make it like, and Callum, oh my God, so much better. We'll talk about you in 1 second. But Sarah, get it down to the bone. Okay, so Colin, on the flip side, don't say your real age, even though you're not that old. Just say I look younger, like you said, that because that was good. I liked that. Don't say, real age. Your review that you say, Colin, it doesn't really help you. But I think that, like, what it said in the review doesn't support your brand. It's nice that you got a review in a known publication. Just the review itself doesn't really back up what you're trying to say with everything. Okay, but good. And I know you and I are working in a little bit on your pitch. So great. Michael Wilson. When you got Michael Wilson, you're such an interesting brand. Oh my God, Michael Wilson is such an interesting brand. And when you say who you are in your pitch, it's really good, but then you go into this description of like a cop and this and that, and you don't need all that. I want the story of who Michael Wilson is. Like, I want the story that you tell. And it's really interesting because you kind of have this everyman thing going for you. Like, you stepped right out of Grapes of Wrath or something. Like, you have this kind of you just have this everyman thing, which is really interesting because there's a lot of baggage there that I'm sure you use in your acting. And if you don't, I hope you do, because it's really interesting. Like, you've got a great look and all that. And I would rather have you tell the story, the inward story. Okay, Oliver Franks, who's a client. Oh my God, it was so good. I did an Instagram about you. He's really stepped into his brand. He's really stepped into this evil guy, and I really get it. Like, I really get this evil sexy. And that's a perfect example of a lot of you guys. I will, like, my acting teacher, Dr. Bella Itkin, who taught like Ann Dowd, Elizabeth Perkins, Gillian Anderson, like I can keep going, right? Like a million people, right? And she was this Russian woman that was old when I studied with her. She's probably my age now, hilarious. But like, to me, she was old when I was young. And she would always say, feel it in your, she was Russian. She'd say, feel it in your sex, right? And that is the God's honest truth, man. Feel it in your sex, especially you guys. I mean, like, oh my God, some of you guys are so super sexy. And you have that sex appeal and you got to bring it out because that is marketable. Hello. We buy it all day long, every fucking day. That's what we buy. So Oliver Frank's really great job of bringing that out. Mick, I'm looking at you. You have that as well in you that you have to continue to bring out and, you know, in every way possible. And, you know, Colin, you as well. I mean, like you guys, I mean, I'm speaking, the girls are better at this generally than the guys are, but anyway, yeah. Okay, Anna C, mess it up. And you got that big audition. Even though you blew it, it wasn't a great audition. You need to start with that. They don't know that you had a bad audition, right? You guys, Anna got a really big audition. And, you know, here's the deal. This happens sometimes. We're not prepared because she like literally hired us right out of acting school. And she had all of her brand and everything in order. But she got this audition. And what she didn't have in order, which she now has in order, is a standard operating procedure for what you do when you get an audition. Okay, this is really important because some of you guys get an audition and then you run around like for a fuck and waste half the time with your chicken with your head cut off, right? What if I don't get it? What if I get it? I'm not going to be able to do it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so make a list of what you do when you get an audition. This is totally off topic, but I need to say it because this is what happened to Anna. Number one, read the script through 3 times. Number 2, make a decision if you're going to take or reject the audition. Also, read any kind of breakdowns that you got with the audition. So any character description, who's the director, who's the producer, what's the contract, anything you can get on the information, absorb all information, and then make a decision. But especially read the script through 3 times. And then after you make a decision, if you're going to accept it or not, then you accept it or not. And then if you accept it, then next thing you need to decide is if you're going to get it coached or not. And then go get a coach to coach you if you decide you're going to get it. Put it in your calendar, give yourself plenty of time on either side, buffer time for transportation, no matter if you're driving on a studio lot in Los Angeles or you're taking the tube or the subway in New York or you're doing a self-tape, it doesn't matter. Give yourself plenty of before and after time for your audition, right? And then also calendar in your rehearsal time. You will become clear after a period of time what it takes to get prepared for per page of an audition, right? That just takes you doing it and figuring out what it is, right? Inevitably, I used to sing in a choir and our rehearsal was on Thursday night. I'd be on my way to choir rehearsal and I'd always get an audition. I swear to God, I'd be on the freeway in LA. Don't tell my mother. And I would look at my phone. And if it was a guest star, like Caitlin's going, great, glad you left LA. If it was a guest star, I would get off the freeway and go home. And if it was a co-star, I would keep going to choir. Okay, so like that just shows you, right? So knowing what it takes to get something ready for whether you're going in the room or you're going on self-tape, you have to know that. Plus you have to, you know, and listen, Angela was telling me, you know, Angela gets a lot of auditions, our client, Angela Yo, gets a lot of auditions. And she said, you know, I spend too much time with my auditions still, but she's booking like crazy amount of stuff, you guys. So she's always asking for extensions. And I don't, you know, so when people say, oh, it's about getting that tape in right away. Well, clearly it's not for Angela. So just saying, you know, okay. So I think those are all the notes I have. Oh, Dawn Grabowski, credits first. If you guys have credits and auditions, please do them first. It's the most thing. Also, someone I just watched, you need to make an ask. And I think that was Enrique. You need to make an ask. You didn't make an ask on either side of your thing. So make sure you make an ask for what you're looking for. So we need to know what you're looking for when you are pitching. Okay. All right. Hold on one second. All right, let me get this so I can. Sarah's traveling. She'll be back in the office tomorrow if you guys are looking for her. And I'm just gonna do this one link for you guys and then I will answer questions. So it's me that has to do everything today. Hello. Yeah. Okay. And we had some problems with our links. This is what happens, you know, technology. So this link works if you are still looking for a ticket for the summer games. Here it is. There you go. All right, so that's for the Summer Pitch Fest, which is this Sunday. Okay, good. Oh, good. Dijon said he thanks and he will not change a thing. I told him it was perfect. Okay, perfect. All right. Yes, Heidi.
Oh, hi, Valerie.
Hi.
Thank you for giving me your time. So I thank you again too for responding to my email this past week. So I emailed you back, but I did not get a final response from you when you said that like I should make it more of the cuff on my pitch video. What did you mean by that?
More off the cuff.
Yeah. That's what you said.
Yeah. Off the cuff means, and this goes for Anna too. This means like you guys that are really rehearsed now, you have to let it go. And one of the ways that I sometimes like when I have a one-line audition, you know, the whole day, all you're doing is saying the one fucking line, right? Like in your head, like over and over and over again. So what I do is like, sometimes like I'll go, hey, you know, like we the people find the defendant John Smith guilty of murder in the first degree. You know, like I'll sing it or I'll chant it or I'll do a rhythmic thing on it. And let it go, like use your own words. Like, I love your brand, Heidi. I mean, I think it's great. I think you really have got it now, which is great. So just give me even more of that girl, okay?
How do I do it? Because
you just be you, which you're doing in the pitch. I just want you to let it go a little bit more, whatever that means to you. Don't make it about anything, okay? Because you're doing great. If you did what you did for me, that would be enough.
So you're saying that like if I did what I did for you in front of all the potential prospective agents and managers, that would be okay, right?
Yes, it would be.
Okay. And anything else like you said about my slide?
No, you're good.
So
you're good. All right. Thank you, Heidi. Brian Kelly, how the hell are you?
I'm well, Val. I have a question. You mentioned earlier that we could add clips, and I think you meant after the
when
pitch.
You send it. Yeah, when you send it. Yeah, you can add some clips when you send it. You know, Brian, like I think that we just need to assume that the big manager, the right company is there for you. So all you're doing is playing that match game. And so I don't want you to try to impress them and I'm not that I'm saying that you wouldn't do this, but I'm just saying like sometimes like the clips for me with you just say what you just are in and who your relationships with are, and you don't need to show me.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Like, I feel like with you, less is more. So, I mean, I feel like that with every actor, obviously, that's a tenet of our training is less is more. But in the business of acting, like make them come to you. I mean, so don't listen to me, you guys. Take me in the wrong way to say that. I don't mean that. I don't mean that you don't do anything. Is what I mean. You know that, Brian, but what I'm saying is to the rest of the audience, don't think that that's what I mean. But I mean that make yourself a little, because part of your brand is mysterious.
Yeah. Great.
Yes.
Thanks, Val.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Hadas.
Hi, Valerie.
Hi.
So I wanted to ask, and first off, thank you for the feedback that you provided on the video that I put into the Facebook group. So for those of us who, did one and got feedback and kind of have ways in mind that we should refine it, do we post those later takes, or is that just kind of for our
Oh,
own practice?
yes. That's
Okay,
a
cool.
great, it's a great question. Thank you for asking that. Yeah, so you did the one today that I watched, right?
Yes. Mhm.
Right. And you were kind of the perky girl that was a journalist.
Mhm. Yes.
You're the journalist, is that correct?
Yes, that's me.
Okay, great. So I think that the one thing for you that you can really get rid of is that sort of perky thing that comes across as you wanting to make sure that you present right.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Okay,
Yeah, and
good.
it's nerves. It's hard for me to
Yeah.
know myself.
So, but listen, like what's really good about you, I think, is that hard hitting sort of take no prisoners part of you, which I hear in your regular talking to me.
Uh-huh.
And that sort of an imposed thing on top of it is, it's just you say it's nerves, so that's it. I think that you don't need that. I think that matter of fact girl, kind of like Selena Gomez in Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So you know how she's like super like take no prisoners.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Like intense behind the eyes, kind of.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. Yeah. So I think that that's where you need to go.
Cool. Thank you.
And be like, okay, this is the other thing. Some of you guys, and I still see this in a lot of what I'm watching, is there's this need to prove yourself as an actor or prove your work ethic. Okay, no. You have to come already realized as a product that you want this person to sell for you. Well, not sell for you, advocate for you, as we've talked about already, right? You need to learn how to sell yourself and then get him or her to advocate for you. Right. So you're getting someone to work. So you've got to be really clear. You can't be like, well, I'm not sure. What do you think? Or like, no one's going to follow that. Or I'm not really an actor because I've never really worked as an actor. And I hope to one day do this. And I work really hard. None of that. No, it has to be confident. You have to come from a place of confidence, right? And present your product and where you want to go. You need to announce where you are, what you're looking for. There's going to be different agents and managers in each room, right? If you're, I'm looking for a representation, especially to help me realize the TV career that I want to have, or the film career, or help my journey to get on Broadway or on the West End. Whatever your current thing is that you have your eye on, right? And you should have your eye on a thing that you want, not an agent, a career thing. Like, what's the movie you want to do? What's the TV show you want to do? What's the TV show you want to be on? What's the dream? You got to have a dream. If you don't have, it would be like if you got in the car with me and you're like, great, we're going on vacation. I'm like, okay, where are we going? And you'd be like, vacation. I'd be like, okay, where are we going? And then I'd be like, okay, well, we're not going because you don't know where you want to go. You can't go everywhere at the same time. You have to pick and choose. Okay, so be really clear about that. Because and it's the same with brand. You guys, if I don't know what to do with you in 5 seconds, I'm not going to do anything with you. I don't have time to figure that out. Okay, I don't have time to figure that out for you. Oh, I see these lovely clients hopping on here. Emma Pine, thank you for recommending The Offer. That was so good. Oh my God.
And Valerie, you're most welcome. Thank you for recommending that book. They Never Learn. I couldn't stop. I've just finished it. They Never Learn. It's so brilliant.
I know.
So yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
My
We
pleasure.
watched The Offer. We binged
So
it.
good.
Right. It's so good. It's about the making of The Godfather. It's on Amazon. It's actually on Paramount. And one of our clients tried awful hard to get on that movie, on that TV show, but he didn't get in, but he really did. He did a lot to try to get an audition for it. The casting was stupendous and amazing. Just a great thing. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend that you go check it out. Okay. So we are done. I'm going to be here tomorrow again for a half an hour. Please, if you have, please post your videos if you've been given notes. If you haven't been given notes by any coach yet, then post it again and we will get to you. We promise. I've got Alec is on it. Alec is a coach. He can give you notes. Brian Coffey is a coach, but he's shooting something. I think Scott is on there a lot. He gave a lot of notes. I saw him got into some heavy conversation with Callum. Callum, you guys went to town. And it was awesome to read. Some of the threads are really good. So if you haven't had a chance to really peruse the I Love Actors Facebook page, please do. We have 4 more days after this, and then Sunday is the event. We hope you all can attend. It's 12 to 5 Eastern time. It's a $47 ticket. You get to we have to pay the agents and managers to be there. You get to be in front of them for a minute. You get 2 hours of teaching from me. There's prizes and all kinds of fun stuff. So you definitely want to come. It's going to be fun. And make sure and start thinking about your internet. Like, what's your internet situation? We don't want you cutting out during the middle of your pitch. Okay, so just double check that, what you got to do. Don't ask me. I'm not technical. Okay, thank you so much, you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow and have a great day. Post those videos. Okay, bye.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Valerie.
Thank
Bye.
you.